What is going on, everybody? I am Sam Levine, and welcome to First and Goal on YouTube. Before we get into the video today, please go follow the Instagram page at First and Goal FB. That is the Instagram username, the handle. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Drop a like, share it with a friend. Really appreciate it. Means a lot. So now, let's get into it. Today, we are going to talk about the biggest and most important thing going on in the NFL right now. That is not the NFL draft. That is going to be the Aaron Rodgers situation with the Green Bay Packers. Now, this is a very deep situation and something that it has many layers to it, and it has been boiling up for quite a while now, and, it seems like Aaron Rodgers has reached his breaking point with the Green Bay Packers. So, first off, how did we get here? What is the situation? Why is Aaron Rodgers feeling this way? And what can the Packers do to fix it? How can this be resolved? How can Aaron Rodgers on the Packers be salvage? How can this relationship be salvaged? So those are some of the topics we're going to cover here today. So let's kick it off. One of the biggest reasons why Aaron Rodgers is so unhappy is because the lack of a voice and the lack of say that he has within this organization. Not only that, but the fact that they don't even come to him and value his voice and value his opinion on certain situations and big, especially off-season decisions. Let's just take a look back last year, coming off the NFC Championship game, the Packers we're just coming off a 13-3 season, and again, like I said, a NFC Championship loss. Not only a loss, a blowout loss. I believe they lost by 17 points, 37-20 to the 49ers on the road. They absolutely got run all over. Raheem Mostert went for over 200 rushing yards. So you're sitting there at pick 29, and eventually they trade up to pick 26. You're thinking wide receiver or linebacker, and you're looking at either probably Patrick Queen, maybe as a linebacker, and then maybe wide receivers, Denzel Mims, T. Higgins, guys like that. There are, regardless of what position you want to go, linebacker or wide receiver, really good value, right? And that's what Aaron Rodgers was thinking too, right? Post-draft, he was interviewed and he said he was thinking, all right, what good wide receivers are going to be here coming up in our pick? But just like all of us, he was caught off guard when he heard Jordan Love's name announced at pick 26. He was caught off guard. The Green Bay Packers didn't tell him. The Green Bay Packers didn't ask him, or not ask him. They don't need to ask him, but they didn't tell him what the situation was. They didn't notify him that, all right, we're going to draft the quarterback, but he's just an insurance policy. You're still our guy. We aren't replacing you. We're just bringing him in because, if we do need him in the future, down the road, but in no way, shape, or form are we replacing you. No one from the Packers organization reached out to Aaron Rodgers and told him that. Zero. Zip. Nada. Aaron Rodgers found out the exact same time we did. And I think that's despicable. I mean, what do you expect him to think? Do you expect him to know that, he's just your guy for the season? It makes zero sense. You draft a quarterback. Aaron Rodgers deserves to know what the thought process behind it was. And also, another absolute ridiculous part of this is Andy Dalton, who's been a Chicago Bear for 4 weeks, maybe? 4 weeks, 5 weeks max. And he's clearly just a bridge quarterback. I mean, he's not even that good. The Chicago Bears told Andy Dalton that they were going to trade up for Justin Fields and select Justin Fields before they did it. So the Bears told Andy Dalton that they were going to draft a quarterback in Justin Fields, and the Packers didn't tell Aaron Rodgers that they were going to trade up and draft. I mean, just think about that. Andy Dalton has been a Bear for 4 weeks, and Rodgers has been a Packer for 16 years. Aaron Rodgers is a top 10 quarterback of all time. He's won 3 MVPs. He's won a Super Bowl. all with the Green Bay Packers, and he doesn't deserve to know that his team is drafting potentially a successor, but the guy who's been there for a month does. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't make it up. Also, Tom Brady, who was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was notified that the Bucs were going to draft a quarterback in the second round with the last pick in the second round. Again, they did it. We are seeing this, and it is a common trend when quarterbacks are picking other quarterbacks in the draft, and it seems like it's just common courtesy to tell your quarterback, because yes, I understand telling Tom Brady, because Tom Brady, again, upper echelon quarterbacks of all time, he's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Andy Dalton, I mean, he means nothing to the Chicago Bears franchise, so it seems like it's just common courtesy to tell your quarterback that you're going to draft a quarterback, and Packers didn't even have that. Going into, another conversation, or not another conversation, but another point of this no voice aspect of the Aaron Rodgers situation is last season, but during training camp last offseason, a guy by the name of Jake Kumro, a wide receiver who I don't expect you guys to know, was released from the Green Bay Packers after training camp, which, may not seem significant to most of you guys who don't really know who that is, but Jake Kumro is a guy who Aaron Rodgers really trusted and really depended upon. Aaron Rodgers really liked Jake Kumro because he had a lot of trust in him, and it showed on the field. Jake Kumro didn't get a ton of catches, but when he was on the field, when he was involved, Aaron Rodgers did not hesitate to throw him the ball, and throw him the ball in big situations. A moment that comes back to me a lot is when Aaron Rodgers threw Jake Kumro a great pass in the 2019 game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Jake Kumro made an excellent catch, and that just exhibited the trust that Aaron Rodgers has in Kumro and the relationship between the two. Aaron Rodgers, at the end of training camp, praised Jake Kumro and said how much trust he has in him, how excited he is to for Kumro to step into a bigger role, and how excited he is to, just go forward with him and continue to have him on the roster as a guy that he will have as an option. Again, something you can't make up. Literally a day after that, Jake Kumro got cut. What? It's almost like Brian Gutekunst was doing it literally to spite Aaron Rodgers. Literally, you don't matter in our decision-making. You don't matter that much that I'm going to cut the wide receiver that you don't like. It couldn't have been any other wide receiver on the roster who was going to get significantly less playing time. It had to be Jake Kumro, the guy that Aaron Rodgers just praised, the guy that he just said he has a lot of trust in. You can't make it up. Mid-season, a wide receiver by the name of Darius Shepard was cut by the Green Bay Packers, and he was on the roster during training camp because he was on the roster, I believe, for the 2019 season, which was the prior season to Kumro being cut. You couldn't have cut Darius Shepard then. You cut him 8 weeks later. You cut him not long after. So you couldn't have cut Darius Shepard and keep the guy that Aaron Rodgers likes. You cannot make this up. The disrespect that has been directed at Aaron Rodgers and him as a person and just who he is in the Green Bay Packers organization is ridiculous. It is borderline unfathomable that a team like the Green Bay Packers, who is supposed to be one of the better run organizations in the NFL, would treat their greatest player in franchise history this poorly. I don't understand it, and it makes zero sense. Another one of the bigger reasons why I feel like we're in this situation is because of the Packers management and front office failure to commit to Aaron Rodgers long term. This has been an issue ever since Jordan Love's name was called picked 26 overall last year in the 2020 NFL Draft. Aaron Rodgers was coming off a 25-touchdown, 2-interception season where he threw over 4,000 yards. If I'm correct, I believe it was in the ballpark of 4,400, although I'm not exactly sure on that. So, definitely above 4,000. I think 4,400, but I'm not positive. That season is most quarterbacks' staple season, right? That's the season for most quarterbacks. Statistically wise, that'd be a season that most quarterbacks point to and be like, that was the best season of my career. Aaron Rodgers, not so much, just because of how good of a player he is. But it was still a very good year, very good season for Aaron Rodgers, and at no point did it look like Aaron Rodgers was bad throughout the course of the season. And also, the Green Bay Packers went to the NFC Championship game, and they were 17 points shy of a Super Bowl appearance. Now you're sitting here, you're one of the final 4 remaining teams, and you choose not to improve your team. You choose not to improve the team that was so close to a Super Bowl. So close to a Super Bowl. I mean, you're sitting here with teams like the Bucs, the Chiefs going all out, going all in to win Super Bowls. The Bucs signing Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, drafting Tristan Wirfs, all to not please Tom Brady, but get him the people he needs to win a Super Bowl. The Green Bay Packers, the same can't be said about them. Pick 26, Patrick Queen, take a linebacker, improve your run defense. Didn't do it. Take a wide receiver, give Aaron Rodgers another reliable, dependable target to throw to. Improve the passing game. Didn't do it. But guess what? Aaron Rodgers, being Aaron Rodgers, still goes out there and wins MVP. And now you're sitting here in a situation where you as the Packers organization were wrong. You were wrong about Aaron Rodgers, about the Green Bay Packers, because this Green Bay Packers team was a legitimate Super Bowl contender this year. This is a team that really could have won the Super Bowl and really were a couple pieces away from doing so. And Brian Gutekunst chose to plan for the future, neglect Aaron Rodgers, neglect the present, and draft Rodgers' successor. It's unbelievable that a team that is supposed to be one of the best run organizations in NFL history would completely forego the now and only look ahead to the future to be like, I don't understand the thought process, because this is a team that was just coming off a 13-3 season, very successful season with first-year head coach Matt LaFleur. And you just be like, no, well, I guess it's done with Aaron Rodgers. Let's draft Jordan Love, the future of the Green Bay Packers, because Aaron Rodgers' career is definitely over. Right? Wrong. Aaron Rodgers wins MVP, proves everyone in the Packers organization wrong, and yet still, they will not commit to him long term. They have refused, or not refused, we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors, but at least from what we know, they've refused to give Aaron Rodgers a contract extension, and an extension onto his current contract, which makes no sense. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is the MVP of the league, is asking his team to play for him longer, and that team is saying no. I mean, just think about that. The best player in the league from last year is asking you, can I be on your team for a longer period of time? And they are saying no. Again, keep repeating myself, but you can't make it up. You can't make it up. Brian Gutekunst and the Packers GM just want to restructure his deal in terms of moving money around throughout the years to give them more cap space, and understandably, that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want that, right? There is no upside for Aaron Rodgers, and I understand it would help the team, and I'm sure Aaron Rodgers wants to do that, right? It's not something like Aaron Rodgers is like, oh, I don't care about the team, whatever it is, what it is. No, it's not his thought process, but he wants security, right? Sometimes you have to think of yourself first. That's what Aaron Rodgers is doing, and you can't blame him for that. He's sitting here, he's been completely neglected by this team. His interests have not slightly bothered Brian Gutekunst. I mean, he doesn't care about Aaron Rodgers' interests. At least that's not the way it seems. It's not the way it looks. So Aaron Rodgers, he's looking out for his own interests. He wants to be extended for the Green Bay Packers, and the front office can't come through. They won't do it. They just want to move his money around, and they will not extend Aaron Rodgers. Because they have Jordan Love on the roster, they're looking ahead to the future, and for some reason, they still want to get Jordan Love on the field. For some reason, they aren't just happy with riding out Aaron Rodgers' career. For some reason, they just don't want to do it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And now we're seeing them not backtrack, but now we're seeing them just trying to say all the right things about, we want Aaron here, we're going to do everything in our power to do it. I mean, sure, say that stuff, but at the end of the day, you made a pretty big statement by drafting Jordan Love, number 26 overall, last year. You know the saying, actions speak louder than words, and in this situation, that is absolutely the case. It's not always the case, doesn't always work, but in this situation, they drafted, and their draft indicates their thought process, and it is painfully evident to Aaron Rodgers what that draft pick is indicating, and it is indicating that they are not fully invested. Whatever they say, they are not fully invested in Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers' future. So, what can they do to fix it? Well, first off, they have to extend Aaron Rodgers immediately. He's been calling for an extension. You have to give it to him. I mean, you have no choice at this point. He's saying that he trade or no. I mean, when a guy is saying trade or no trade, I'm not coming back to the team, you have to give him what he wants. And he's the MVP of the league. You have to give him what he wants. Whatever he wants. An extension seems like the first thing on his wish list. You have to come through. You just have to. I mean, you just keep saying you want him back here, so show it. Actions, again, speak louder than words. Extend him, bring him back for more years, add years onto his contract. And then, honestly, we don't really know what is being said behind closed doors. We don't really know what his exact demands are. But whatever he asks for, you have to give. Unless it's, fire Brian Gutekunst, which, first of all, I don't think he said that. That doesn't seem like a thing that anyone really would say. Because there definitely is a lot of fake news and fake rumors, fabricated rumors flying around out there about this situation, because a lot of them kind of contradict each other, so not all of them can be true, and I feel like that's definitely one of the false ones. That isn't something that, Aaron Rodgers wants Brian Gutekunst fired. That doesn't seem like something that carries any weight, and actually A.J. Hawk, who is a good friend of Aaron Rodgers and former Packer linebacker, was on the Pat McAfee show today, and he was touching on how he thinks that is complete BS, and that is completely made up, and it carries no truth. So I'm going to agree with him. It just doesn't seem like something real. So whatever his demands are, you have to come through. You have to. Because without Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers are nothing. Without Aaron Rodgers, they're a wild card team at best. I mean, the Vikings will win their division over the Packers without Aaron Rodgers. The Bears potentially with Justin Fields. I mean, you even hear the coaches and the GM say that Jordan Love is not ready. Jordan Love's not ready. They will not succeed without Aaron Rodgers on the roster. They have to do everything that they can to keep him, because not only will they not succeed, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is arguably the most talented quarterback of all time. And they are screwing this up so poorly. Or they have. They're doing publicly a good job right now. But whatever they can do, they have to do. Whatever is within their power to do has to be done, because Aaron Rodgers is the Green Bay Packers. So that is going to wrap it up for this episode of First and Goal on YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And tomorrow, me and Mitch will be doing our weekly podcast on Tuesday nights, so make sure that you tune in for that. The First and Goal podcast is available wherever you listen to your podcasts: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever it is, everywhere, all one of those places, and everywhere else where you get your podcasts, it is available, so make sure you check in for that Wednesday morning. Also, I will be doing my normal podcast just by myself at the back end of the week. And if you want to stay up to date on any articles relating to NCAA or NFL football, make sure you go on the website, firstandgoalfootballtalk.com. That is the place for all that stuff. And once again, please go follow the Instagram page, First and Goal FB. Once again, that is the username, First and Goal FB. We post a lot of graphics and everything you need to know, everything to keep you up to date on the NFL and NCAA. We post there. Put a lot of work into that, so please go drop a follow. And until next time, Sam Levine signing off.